These pickled red onions are one of the most delicious, most common condiments that you'll find in the Yucatan Peninsula. They're good on the cochinita pibil, on the tikin chic fish, but on any taco you make. The one nice thing about pickled red onions is they'll keep in your refrigerator for, I'll say about 4 or 5 weeks without deteriorating much. So first thing you do is to take your red onion and slice it up. This is actually 2 red onions because I think you should make a good amount of these so that you have them at the ready when you want to use them as a condiment on anything else. The second step of this is the part that a lot of people don't realize is very, very important to get them to look beautiful and have the right texture. That's to take them to the sink. Let your water get really, really hot. Okay, so if you don't have very hot water in your house, you might want to put this on the stove and bring it to barely giving off a little bit of steam. You want it to be about 140 degrees or so, and then cover the onions with that water. And we're gonna let these stand for 20 minutes. Now, what's gonna happen is that these onions, the red in the onion is going to start to change a little bit, and it's going to start to bleed into the rest of the onion, and that's what makes the pickled red onions look really beautiful. So I'll meet you back here in 20 minutes. Okay, so tipping off all of the water now. It's cooled off considerably, but we want to get most all of it off of there. And the next step is to put the acid on to turn these onions into pickled onions. Now, some people would tell you to do that with vinegar, a light vinegar, or perhaps even diluted vinegar. But my favorite way to do this is with lime juice. So I'm gonna finish squeezing up the limes here because it's really the best if you use fresh squeezed lime juice. And I'm gonna go for about a cupful of this, and I've got a couple more halves here. Now, in the Yucatan Peninsula, a lot of people swear by another kind of citric acid or citrus acid that they have there, which is called sour orange, naranja agria. And that is well, sometimes we call them Seville oranges in the United States and use them a lot for making marmalade. They are absolutely as sour as a lemon, but they have this little tiny hint of an orange-like flavor to it, but just a hint. But to tell you the truth, lots of people I know in the Yucatan just use fresh squeezed lime juice, so you're in good company if you do that. So I want to pour this all on the onions, and I should have just about enough to cover them. And then I'm going to measure in here a teaspoon of salt. That will be enough to, remember this is a condiment, so they should be highly seasoned. Sprinkle that over the top of it. I'm going to use a pair of tongs to just kind of toss that to dissolve. If I can keep them all in the bowl here. If I can dissolve that salt into the lime juice. And then we want to pack them very tightly. Just use the back of your hands like that to sort of get them down into that juice. Put a plate on the top. Press this down so that you can see the lime juice coming up on the sides. And then you can let those stand for a couple of hours minimum, but to tell you the truth, they're much better if you make them the day ahead. And when you make them the day ahead, they will turn this vibrant pink color. And to me, the color is so much of this dish. Yes, they are tangy with the lime, and they're crunchy, and they've got that beautiful sweet red onion flavor to them. But man, it's the color that just makes you smile. Whether you're gonna put these things onto cochinita pibil, the slow cooked pork with achiote, or you're gonna grill a fish, a tikin chic style also with achiote, or if you just want to put these on some kind of tacos, this is the condiment in the Yucatan that seems to show up on almost every single table. Now, if you want to make them spicy, And this isn't super common in the Yucatan because they always have this habanero salsa around to put on it, but you could slice up an habanero and put it in here. If you wanted to add other flavors, a little Mexican oregano could go in here, a little black pepper could go. But I will tell you, the simplicity is brilliant in this case. So I like to make them very simple, just salt, lime juice, and red onions. And this is something you'll thank me for later.